You know you are meant for more, a higher ceiling, and a floor that is strong enough to hold it. That's your belief system talking, and this is the subconscious work, the 95% that makes growth feel inevitable. It works in any business, any facet of life. We built you a free 3-minute quiz to show you where the gaps are and what is possible for you. It's fast, it's honest, it's fun, and it might surprise you. If you already know that Outspoken is for you, join us. The next cohort kicks off in August. Both links are in the show notes. Welcome to the Own Your Choices, Own Your Life podcast. You've landed in the right place to learn how to own your story, release subconscious beliefs, rewire your mind, and step into the impact you know you're here to create. Through Outspoken Publishing and NLP certifications, we share the tools and subconscious shifts that expand your voice, your message, your confidence, and your leadership. I am your host, Marsha Van Weinsberg, NLP trainer, speaker, author, and publisher. I am thrilled you are here. Let's get started. I actually want to start this episode with something that you might find surprising. If you've been here for a while, you know that I have a coaching certification called Outspoken. It's an NLP coaching certification. And I think that take this as a piece of lesson learned. When we're always speaking about what we do, we get so caught up in what the details are, right? A lot of times it's like, what are the modules? What are the things that people are teaching? What's the purpose of it? When actually, yes, it is an NLP certification. Yes, it does have a massive manual, portal, and tons of support. And yes, you do walk away with 6 different certifications: NLP, hypnotherapy, EFT, life and success coaching, and flip the script. And if that is the message that is being taken away, then I didn't do a very good job of sharing what it is. And I think that this is something that is an invitation for you to always continue to share what you do and talk about what you do. Because we think we're talking about it all the time, and all of a sudden somebody drops into our DMs and they're like, hey, I heard about you for this and this and this, and I would love to learn a little bit more. They're not coming to you because of how many modules are in your program or how long it is. They're coming to you because of the transformation, because of what the experience is going to be, what they will experience, what their transformation could be potentially. And I know this can be a really confusing time because so many people are talking about, all of the steps and things that are there. You get caught up in how to share something, how to talk about it. Is it carousels? Is it talking heads? Is it B-rolls? Is it yapping videos? There's just so much stuff. But I want to take you back to let's talk about the transformation. And this is your invitation as to why to keep sharing what you're doing and why you're doing it. I spent 28 years as a kinesiologist. A kinesiologist looks at studying the human body and the movement. I understood movement. I understood rehab. I knew how to work with the body. I understood pain. I understood how to help somebody to move post-surgery. I taught people how to walk again, which was, again, almost ironic because that's what I had to do with myself in 2020. And I could never understand a couple things. Like, I didn't have the knowledge base to understand the why. Let me clarify that. The answers were never in a book. I would watch one client come in with like life-altering, catastrophic injuries, and they are finding their way to getting up and moving and doing. Like, it's like they just did. They had a grit to them. And then some people who would have nowhere's near, and again, not a comparison, just nowhere's near as a catastrophic injury. And they were done, mentally done. I was like, interesting. It's like a mindset. But at the same time, I also saw people who had very similar circumstances and still have very different outcomes. Similar injuries, similar circumstances, and one would flinch in fear when I talked about moving, and one would be like, okay, what's next? It's like, so from a very young age in this field, I was seeing like people are different. Something is different, and I don't get what it is. I used to think it was just, they've got the grit and they can work harder. I think that it's about how are we seeing what we are experiencing, right? So how we continue to see things, speak about them, reflect about them, it changes how we shape the world. And that started to change everything. I also started to recognize that people would flinch in fear before they moved. And there was this anticipatory feeling of like, I don't want fear. I don't want fear. And what that is speaking about what you don't want. I invite you. Are you speaking about what you don't want more than what you are speaking about what you want? Because your subconscious mind is responding to you. So if your language is nonstop about what you don't want, that's what's going to focus on. And so when I started to learn about NLP, probably 15 ish years ago, yeah, I guess maybe 13 to 15 years ago, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like for people who were car salesmen. Sorry, but that's what I thought it was. And in that space, it was like, it felt like it was something, a very specific certification people take because they're selling. I didn't understand that the premise of this work is the language and the words that you're saying to yourself and how that would continue to like keep people stuck. I say people, myself, insert your own name. People stuck. Why in a constant repeat patterns in these space where it was like always sabotaging myself, blocking myself, like putting a ceiling on it, where doubt was growing like crazy. And I couldn't figure out how to fix it for clients or even myself. This work helped me to understand how we think, how our subconscious processes things. And when you can get to the root of something, you can create lasting change. And so I want you to think about when I talk about something like this, again, with Outspoken with NLP, you can extrapolate this into your own business, and I invite you to. It is not about the manual, the techniques, the specifics, the how to do things, how to change something. It's about learning how to respond differently. It's about learning how to change something at the root. And that is where a transformation is going to begin. It's not about piling on more information. It's about having the awareness and then changing that loop that's there. Maybe when I think of these last few years and we're 55-ish people who've come through, I can see people who talk much more clearly. They're so much more confident. They're grounded in who they are. They are able to look at their pricing and say, I think I need to increase that. And still, like, with recognizing what's happening in their body and be confident to share. They can put their book out into the world. They can share their story, right? They know how to launch a business. They know how to trust themselves and their intuition to do that. None of those results came from learning more. It always comes from understanding the subconscious pattern that is underneath the surface of whether you believe it's possible or not. When I think of the clients who have gone on to create massive transformation in their life, they literally believe that they can. And this last cohort, I watched a couple of people in particular. One who she did not come in as a coach. She came in because she said, I'm so tired of these patterns running my life. Her testimonial is one of my absolute favorites because she came in wanting to claim her life back. Lots of family trauma, lots of like family stories that she has taken on as her own. And this work allowed her to almost like sever that tie and see what was possible for her. And in doing so, now she's open to more opportunities than what she ever would have even seen possible for herself. Communication's better, partnership better in her job, better as a leader, more grounded, more confident, more self aware, a better parent, feeling like she knows how to listen to her child and speak in a way that opens up communication. See, it's not a program, it's the transformation that happens. As I went through this and I experienced it and I witnessed it through people, I never came into this work going, I'm going to create a certification. Not at all. But the transformation for me, I couldn't ignore it. It was so different. I was so different. And, as I go through this work and I've had incredible conversations with family where I know we are changing so many family patterns, so many ways of living and doing things. And that is because it is coming from healing at the root. It means you're no longer carrying what is no longer yours to carry. And you start to recognize what is yours to carry. It's changing everything. And so in this program, for example, you're in a space that you learn how to speak differently, how to think differently, how to change those beliefs at the root, how to support yourself to release, rewire, rewrite, and reprogram a belief that you do want. And when you know how to lead and coach yourself, then when challenges come up, you're like, okay, I know how to handle this one. I know what to do with this. I can see the thoughts that are happening. You are not the thought, right? All of these certifications, all the tools and techniques are tools. They're tools. They're incredible tools. I think they're unbelievable tools. And you are in the driver's seat. You are the craftsman for knowing how to use them. You're in the driver's seat of the car, and all versions of you are in that clown car with you. And I really wanted to share it from this lens. It's not just taking a program or a certification and substitute anything else that you want for this. You're stepping into a new identity, into what is possible for you, which you had no idea was even a possibility. And you build that trust within yourself. And you can become a better leader and speaker. And in your life, that self-leadership piece is huge. So that's why when people say to me, was outspoken only for coaches? No, it's like the way I see it is anybody who is having conversations, they lead a team, they work with others. Maybe they're an entrepreneur. Maybe they're a teacher. They are a lawyer, an agent, I mean, there's so many people who have come through it. Healthcare professionals. If you work with people and you want to improve your communication, this is an incredible program to do it. If you want to learn how to lead yourself better so that no matter what is happening in your life, this work works. This work works. And I am so proud to be able to share this work because it has changed my life so much. It's not even funny. I said something the other day and my team said to me, I said something about, I can't figure that out for this. And why do I feel frustration or overwhelm at times? And she laughed and she said, because you're building 3 businesses. 2 years ago, you were not building 3 businesses, you were building 1. And they're 3 completely separate entities. And honestly, my first answer was, am I crazy for doing this? And I believe this to my core. The ideas would not drop down if they were not for me. Your ideas would not drop down if they were not for you. What matters is, can you become the version of you who can hold it? That's it. Can you become the version of you who can hold it? That's where the work lies. And so anything that improves your own self-leadership in the muck, in the hard times, it's gold. It's absolute gold. It's the transformation. It's your transformation. And that is the power of it. Honestly, that's the power of it. So I just want to share it from that lens. And I hope that if it speaks to you, please reach out and connect. Either way, I want you to know this work works and it can make a massive difference in your life and business and in your relationships, right down to the T, honestly. It's changed all of my relationships in so many ways that I don't even know how I could ever do justice with words. So I just want to share that. And as you are sharing whatever it is that you are doing, please speak about the transformation. What does the person get out of it? Why are they here to listen? What's in it for them? That's what we do as humans. We're always like, what's in it for us? Because the moment you can start to change your relationship with yourself, your language, how you speak, if people then can hear you and they can start to see, wait, is this for me or is it not for me? We don't have to be for everyone. But when you can start to change this relationship with yourself, how you lead yourself in every way, shape, or form, you will rewrite old patterns you never thought were possible. You will grow into a version of you that is beyond what you could have imagined. Your business, leadership, relationships, confidence, everything changes, and your whole life changes as a result. And it's an incredible, incredible experience. And I honestly, deep down, just want that for you because this is beyond what I thought was possible. So I'm sending you so much love. If this speaks to you in any way, shape, or form, there's so much in the show notes that you can join us. Our kickoff call for this cohort is coming, and it is on August 21st. If you've missed it, you have any questions, reach out and connect with me because this is the foundation of all the work that I do. And I'm here to help you have the transformation that you deserve. Have an incredible day. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Own Your Choices, Own Your Life. I invite you to tag me on social media with your takeaways or share it with a friend. If you feel called, please leave a 5-star review and I would be forever grateful. Until next time, remember, when you own your choices, you own your life.